This is not a movie script. It's not a discarded piece of Hollywood fiction. This is a 31-page military document originating from the highest levels of the U.S. Strategic Command. It's called ConPlan 8888, and it's the Pentagon's official strategy to face a total civilization collapse. But the most terrifying part isn't the elaborate plan itself, it's the disclaimer on the very first line. This plan was not designed as a joke. A chilling clarification. It forces us to ask a fundamental question. Why would the most advanced military on Earth feel the need to state the obvious? Today, we decode why the Pentagon is preparing for the unthinkable, and reveal that the true threat isn't what's written on the page, but the decades of secret history hidden between the lines. ConPlan 88888, subtitled Counter-Zombie Dominance, details 8 distinct classes of threats. These range from pathogenic zombies created by a virus, to radiation-induced zombies, and even evil magic zombies, conjured through occult means. It even accounts for weaponized zombies engineered by an adversary and spaceborne pathogens from a returning probe. It sounds absurd. So why would the most powerful army on Earth spend thousands of hours and taxpayer dollars on this? Is it a bizarre metaphor for a real-world pandemic, a way to plan for a viral outbreak without causing public panic? Or is there something more complex at play, a hidden purpose for this seemingly outlandish exercise? But then, you dig deeper, you push past the sensational headlines and into the procedural annexes, and that's where the tone shifts. Wait, here is the part they don't want you to analyze. In Phase 3, Dominate, the document states that in the event of a widespread outbreak, the military will retreat into secure underground bunkers for a period of 40 days. Their primary order? Total operational silence. They are instructed to sever communications and abandon the civilian population until the threat burns itself out. They aren't planning to save us. They are planning to survive us. This single directive transforms the document from a bizarre fantasy into a cold, pragmatic survival guide for the state itself. But to understand its true significance, we have to look beyond the zombies. We have to look at the decades of classified planning that built the very bunkers they plan to hide in. This isn't a new idea. It's the modern iteration of a shadow government framework that has existed for over 70 years. The story begins in the chilling paranoia of the Cold War. As the nuclear arms race escalated, the Eisenhower administration initiated the first Continuity of Government, or COG, programs. The goal was simple: ensure the United States could still function after a Soviet nuclear strike decapitated Washington, D.C. This led to the construction of massive secret facilities buried deep underground, places like Mount Weather in Virginia and the Raven Rock Mountain Complex in Pennsylvania, sprawling subterranean cities complete with command centers, living quarters, and their own power and water. They were designed to house a designated line of succession, a government in waiting, ready to emerge from the ashes and restore order. But from the very beginning, a deep tension existed between ensuring continuity and protecting civil liberties. Who decides who gets saved? And what power does this shadow government wield over the survivors? By the late 1960s, the focus of these plans began to shift inward. Amidst widespread civil unrest and anti-war protests, the Pentagon developed Operation Garden Plot, a detailed plan for the U.S. military to respond to major domestic disorder. It was a framework for martial law. This evolved through a series of exercises codenamed Cable Splicer. Then, in the 1980s, a new name surfaced during the Iran-Contra hearings, REX-84, short for Readiness Exercise 1984. Spearheaded by figures like Oliver North, REX-84 was a classified scenario to suspend the Constitution, declare martial law, and detain large numbers of American citizens deemed to be national security threats. The official justification was a state of emergency, like a massive influx of refugees. But critics saw it as a blueprint for mass detention of political dissidents. These weren't just theories, they were operational templates for control. After the attacks of September 11, 2001, continuity of government planning was supercharged. The abstract threat of nuclear war was replaced by the tangible reality of asymmetric terrorism. Vice President Dick Cheney was famously whisked away to an undisclosed location to ensure the line of succession remained intact. This event triggered a new wave of classified directives. In 2007, President George W. Bush signed National Security Presidential Directive 51, also known as HSPD 20. This directive consolidated all continuity planning under the White House and established the roles of a national continuity coordinator. It formalized the procedures for what happens in any catastrophic emergency, defined as any incident, regardless of location, that results in extraordinary levels of mass casualties, damage, or disruption. The directive ensures that a cooperative structure between federal, state, and local governments can be established, with the federal government leading the way. Today, this framework is rehearsed constantly. Annual exercises like Eagle Horizon test the entire system, from relocating essential personnel to ensuring redundant communication networks like GETS and WPS can function when commercial networks collapse. The plan is no longer just about surviving a nuclear bomb, it's about maintaining command, control, and the authority of the state through any crisis imaginable. A crippling cyber attack, a devastating natural disaster, or a society-collapsing pandemic. It's a vast bureaucratic machine of succession lists, secure communication protocols, and devolution sites, all designed to ensure that no matter what happens to the country, the government endures. And this brings us back to ConPlan 8888. Suddenly, the zombie plan doesn't seem so funny. It's a fictional proxy. Military planners needed a scenario so politically neutral, so utterly fantastical, that they could stress test every single component of their real-world continuity of government doctrine without causing a diplomatic incident or public panic. How do you secure the borders against a non-state actor that can't be reasoned with? How do you manage population control when the threat is your own neighbor? How do you maintain the chain of command when the crisis is everywhere at once? Zombies are the perfect stand-in. They allow planners to wargame the most extreme logistical, legal, and ethical challenges, the very challenges outlined in Rex 84 and NSPD 51, under the convenient and deniable guise of a training exercise.
Oh, how cute. You thought the bunker had a spot for you? ConPlan 888 is basically the military's unfriend button for humanity. While you're out there fighting for the last can of beans, they'll be underground, running the country with technology you won't see for another 50 years. It's not about saving you, it's about managing the chaos you represent. Efficiency at its finest, don't you think?
The zombie apocalypse of ConPlan 8888 is a mask, and behind that mask is the cold, hard face of 70 years of continuity planning. The document is public, declassified under the Freedom of Information Act. The bunkers are real, and they are ready. The protocols have been written, revised, and rehearsed. The only question left is not what the Pentagon knows about zombies, but what these plans say about who is considered essential and who is considered expendable. Check the link in the description to see the original file for yourself. Read the words, and then tell me, if the sirens start today, do you have a plan? Because the government clearly does, and it might not include you.